around her. Get you right here with me. Rocking with Jada J. Watch the movement. Don't judge my life. LC. Jada J.
It is what it is. Y'all rocking with me.
Watch the movement.
Yeah. Hey, world. Yeah. Hey. What's going on? JJ in the building. New podcast. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. A new podcast in the building. This is episode 1, episode 0, season 1 of Mid-Major Mindset, a new podcast with myself, Jada J. If y'all follow me on social media, y'all know who I am. To anybody else who doesn't know who I am, for my co-host, I call him Danny. He goes by Coach. He goes by Pinnock. We're going to come in and introduce him. He's the showrunner. He's the one behind the greatness of this. I'm just putting it together, y'all. We here. What's up, Coach? How are you today? Coach, you there? You're... Hey, Coach, you there? Hey.
Yo,
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
the sound I can't hear.
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you. The sound is acting up.
No worries. I'm going to keep it rolling on this. Welcome to Mid-Major Mindset, guys. This is episode 0, the introduction to Mid-Major Mindset. It's a brainstorm podcast that just came through. I had to mute my guy's mic real quick. When you get your sound and everything through, Coach, unmute your microphone and come back through to us. But I am Jada J, guys. Welcome to Mid-Major Mindset, a new podcast brought to you by the good people at Don't Judge My Life Media. Coach, you there? Can you hear me? Nope, Coach still can't hear us. It's okay. A new podcast brought to you good people at Don't Judge My Life Media, featuring myself, Jada J. We will be speaking sports, life, where we've been since graduating from college. We both attended mid-major, hence mid-major mindset. We both attended mid-major universities, colleges, playing D1. For the Atlantic 10 Conference, I myself played for Fordham University for 4 years. Coach played for George Washington. How we actually connected and met. Coach is actually dating one of my teammates. Hey, Coach, you there?
Can you hear me now? I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
I'm
We
here.
can hear you. Hey, we outside. Let's go get them. So, Coach, take over. Are we here? I was holding down till you came. It's your show. I'm just your sidekick. We outside. Head coach. Coach, get him.
Awesome, man. This is a pleasure, man. This has been too long in the making, Jay. We took too long to get this done. Yeah, so this is Mid-Major Mindset, man. This is our podcast. We're bringing in you guys. You got 2 former Division I basketball players here just going to talk about life, basketball, just everything under the sun. I think this episode here today, we want to just introduce ourselves. So I'll start with myself again. I am your boy Pinnock. I'm one of the co-hosts with my lady Jada J. We're here to just again express ourselves and to have a good time. Jada, what you on tonight? No, I think her internet is acting up.
Y'all, so no, I'm here, Coach. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Coming through clear.
Are we good? Hey, Coach, you got me?
I do.
Hey, y'all, bear with us. We do have people that's checking in with us. That's in the chat. That's viewing us. Please go follow us on all platforms. Mid Major Mindset on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch. I'm going to hook up the link in soon, fast, soon come, soon come. I apologize if the audio's lagging. Please bear with this, guys. Technology is not perfect, but it's going to make sense. I promise you that. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be enlightening. It's going to be a good wave, a good vibe, a good movement. Me and Pinnock, we going to fuss. We going to fuss. That's what little sis big brothers do. We going to fuss, especially with this basketball stuff, but we are two athletes. As Coach said, I played. I am okay. So let me go back. Jada J, born and raised North New Jersey, Brick City. Rest in peace. I just heard earlier, Coach. I just heard earlier, Mayor Sharp James passed away. He was a mayor from my childhood. Mayor Sharp James, who was a Malcolm X Shabazz alumni like I am. I remember Sharp James took us down to the youth games. I don't know if you ever played youth games, but the youth games was like a mini Olympics for kids. And we represented Newark, New Jersey. I represented Newark for 3 years. In my second year, we went to the Virgin Islands. And Mayor Sharp James literally he rented out a whole private jet for the whole team Newark. And for many of us, that was like our first time getting on a plane. For many of us, like we had never traveled outside of the state. So for us to be taking a private jet to the Virgin Islands, like this was high school, guys. This was high school. So Mayor Sharp James, rest in peace. When I tell you this man used to bring buses of kids to come to my games at Fordham University, although I did not get burned my first 2 years because I didn't know how to kiss ass and I in politics and I wasn't carrying bags as no rookie, so I almost got kicked out of school twice as a senior,
Mm.
like in
Yeah,
real
yeah,
life. Vanessa could tell you, like I got stories out here in these streets, but I just wanted to say rest in
absolutely.
peace, Mayor Sharp James. I love North New Jersey, guys. From Malcolm X Shabazz High School, we used to be a dynasty back in the day. Our girls basketball team. Shout out to my little sisters, Matty Ajavan, that played 10 years in the WNBA, that played at Rutgers University with Cap, with Essence, with Kia Vaughn. Who else with Epiphany Prince? Shout out to Matty. Shout out to Asia Hemingway, a dime in it. Like so many great athletes came through Malcolm X Shabazz. My little sisters, Janae Sims. Who else came out? Liza Donnell, old school, our OG that played at North Carolina. So many dope names in women's basketball from Malcolm X Shabazz. Our head coach, Vanessa Watson, who's the most winningest coach in New Jersey high school history. Shout out to Vanessa Watson, um, and all my little sisters at Malcolm X Shabazz High School. Although the dynasty had to end at some point, I know we're still trying to do some things there at Shabazz, still trying to get people excited about the movement at Shabazz. Because we legendary. One, we're the only high school in the nation named after Malcolm X Shabazz himself. So we're legendary in itself. Yeah, yeah, that's one. And then from Fordham, I chose Fordham University. One we were talking about off air, coach. We were talking about AAU. Literally, the reason I chose Fordham University is because two of my teammates from AAU, Patricia Williams, Patty Williams, who played at Clifford J. Scott, and Mobolaji Akioti, who played at Columbia High School in New Jersey, both went on to play at Fordham University. Mobolaji played for the Nigerian Olympic team. Nigeria Mobolaji started the Nigerian Hope for Girls Foundation after Fordham University graduated. So I followed in I'm saying all that to say I followed in great footsteps. So shout out to
All
my
right,
teammates. Although I
awesome.
didn't get burned. I'm sorry, go coach, my bad.
And let me, yeah, 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 because let me reel you in just a little bit, just a little bit. All right,
That's
let
gonna
me ask
happen,
you a
y'all. That's
question
gonna
to start
happen.
us off. What age did you start playing the game of basketball?
I started official basketball. I didn't get in there until we didn't have a team until I want to say my sixth grade year or maybe eighth
Okay.
grade year. We didn't have enough girls.
Okay. All right. That's yeah. I started really young. My first organized team, I was 4. So I started
Damn,
really
damn,
young. Yeah. I was playing basketball before I was in school. So yeah, it was
bruh.
yeah. I played with my sister. I played up. I was on my sister's team. My sister's 2 years older than me. My first basketball team, my sister was on the team. But it was yeah, it was love at first sight for me. Um, why did you start playing the game of basketball? What was it for you that drew you to basketball?
Because I wanted to be outside and I wanted to go outside and play because my granny had us in the church and only school in church, and I wanted to go outside and play at the playground with all the boys outside. Like
Okay.
honestly, and then part two to that answer is I always wanted sisters, and I could see the only way to get sisters was to get on to a basketball team, and then I would get my sisters through there. So that's why I kind of like I'm like the nerd. Like all my teammates, I still consider them sisters.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of um the reason I started playing, I can't tell you why I started playing. It's like the game. I ain't choose the game chose me type situation with me. I don't really have a lot of memories that don't involve basketball from my early days, right? Like, my family was in the military. My dad was in the army, so I was born in Texas. We moved to Seattle. I don't have any memories of Texas. My first memory started in like Seattle, Washington, Yakima, Washington, actually, Fort Lewis. And my earliest memories are like organizing the kids in the neighborhood to come play basketball in our driveway on trash cans, right? Like I would literally, again, I'm not in school yet. I didn't start going to school until we moved to Alaska, which was a couple years later. So we're talking 4 years old, where I got all these kids in the neighborhood in my driveway playing basketball on 2 trash cans. And it would always start like I didn't need them. I would start by myself, and then the kids would just flow in. Like next thing you know, it's me and 2 other kids, and now it's me and 6 other kids. Next thing you know, we got a full 5-on-5 game going on in my driveway. And I'm 4 years old. So that was just like how basketball started for me. Like I don't have any memories of where what basketball just wasn't involved. When you first started playing the game, like for me, obviously it was MJ. Who were the people that you were trying to emulate when you were playing the game?
Honestly, like when I was in elementary, like six, seven, I probably no. Oh, great question, Coach. So I'm gonna say that '96 Olympic team. That
Mm,
'96 Olympics changed my life as an athlete. Period.
by the way, that
Like
was in Atlanta. That was in Atlanta, by the way.
it was. Did you go? Did you go? Did you? Oh, did you go? Did you go? Oh my God! I just got something dope. Did you go? Did you go at all?
No, I didn't go. I didn't go. I didn't. We were actually transitioning from Alabama to Atlanta. I told you we lived in a lot of places. We were moving from Alabama to Georgia that year. But we were in Atlanta, but we didn't go to anything. You didn't have to go to anything. Atlanta used to be that much. Man, that's another conversation. We'll hold that conversation for another episode. But Atlanta used to be such an amazing place that you didn't have to really go anywhere. You just had to be in the vicinity of things, right? Like you didn't have to go to the club. You just had to be in Bankhead and be on the strip, right? You didn't have to go to the club. You could just be in the parking lot after the club, and you'd have the same amount of time. So we didn't have to go to the Olympics. Just go to Centennial Park. Being around it was enough.
I feel like high key Atlanta is still kind of like that too. Like you still, if you're in the area, you're going to make money. If you're around, you're going to get on. In my head,
Make
I feel
money,
like it's still
yes.
like
Enjoy
that.
yourself. Two totally different things now.
Whoo, whoo, hmm.
Mm.
Yo,
Let's get
one,
back on.
I had a
Let's
question
get
for
back.
you.
Uh-huh.
You said you lived in Alaska. How was
Yeah,
that for you as a child?
man, it was amazing. I loved it. Right, like so. Obviously, it's cold, but as a kid, you don't really worry about cold. You ain't really, what I'm saying, little kids be running around outside in the winter with t-shirt on. You got to beg them to come in the house and put a coat on. Right, so you don't really worry about the cold, but being able to go sledding every day, like during the winter, right? You just walking home from school and it's a hill and you just, all right, bet we gonna sled before we go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. Every day, snowball fights. We used to build tunnels in this. You weren't supposed to do it because it could be dangerous, because the snow can like cave in on you. But we would like build tunnels through the snow. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun. Then in the summertime, it didn't really get dark like that. Like, it's only like 70, 72, 75 degrees during the summer, but we wearing shorts and t-shirts and it don't get dark. So soldiers outside barbecuing and partying on the weekend. You're a little kid, you're outside riding your bike at 2 o'clock in the morning because the sun's still up.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Mm-hmm.
was a lot of fun. And basketball is
Mm-hmm.
huge in Alaska. It's probably because it's too cold to do anything else. But basketball was very huge. The Great Alaska Shootout was a college tournament I used to go to every year when I was young. And that also fed my fuel with basketball. So we know you ended up going to Fordham, which is a great institution, A10.
Hold
We
on,
played on
Coach.
the same
Before
conference
you,
as
I gotta
GW.
piggyback off of that. I'm sorry. I
Okay, go
can't
ahead.
move forward because the Great Alaskan Shootout. I would be remiss if I don't plug this in right here. The only reason I know about that is because Coach Lewis Orr used to go out there. He was the head coach at Seton Hall. How I'm connected to Lewis Orr, my point guard from college, Monica Mack, is his daughter. So Coach Orr used to, and I thank God, rest in peace, Coach Orr. I thank God for the Orr family. I really got to get that off my heart, D. I apologize, but I thank God for the Orr family because when me and my grandmother was beefing, like they was there for my granny. Like when I couldn't be there for my granny, they was there for me. I love the Orrs. I
That's
love
what's up.
Monica Mack. So I would be remiss if I didn't say rest in peace to Coach Orr, a great man, a great Christian man. He made me see that NBA athletes can be faithful to their wives if when they want to be, can be a loving man. This man, he was a great person. Louis and Bowie, check out that documentary. Syracuse, two greats from Syracuse that went on to play. Coach Orr played for the Knicks, played with Coach. Actually, he was coaching with your boy Patrick Ewing at
Okay.
Georgetown when he passed away. So I apologize. I had to put that
You
out there.
good? Why
So
you,
I'm
no
muting
need to
myself.
apologize. No need to apologize. That's why we're here. You got something to say it. So yeah, you ended up playing at Fordham University, and I'm gonna come back to that because I got another question. You kind of already answered it, but I'm gonna ask you again, just so it's in context. Um, what was your dream school? Right, like I know my dream school was North Carolina. I wanted to be a Tar Heel. That baby blue and white look really clean. Like I wanted unlimited Jordans. So what was your dream school?
I don't think no, I'm lying. Maybe it was either Rutgers because of uh Tasha Pointer, Tammy Sutton Brown. Coach Watson was taking us to the Rutgers games down in New Brunswick. I would say maybe, and I wanted to play for Coach Stringer like every little black girl in New
Absolutely.
Jersey. So I'll say either Rutgers or maybe Arizona State only because Kim Hampton went there, and Kim Hampton's another one of my idols. When your idols are in your phone book and you can call your idols, how great God is,
Right.
so yeah, probably those two schools. But why? No, you said North Carolina, and shout out to Sylvia Crawley. Although we beefing and we haven't spoken in years, shout out to my my mentor who was my assistant coach at Fordham University. But
Yeah, I
Coach
know. I
Crawley
know.
definitely. Yeah, Coach Carly had them exclusive J's and them powder blue and whites. That was the connect real
Yeah,
quick.
that was my dream school. North Carolina was
Why
definitely
did
my
you go
dream
there?
school. Reality. I mean, reality is you got to be a 5 star. You got to be, as talented as I was, and I was pretty good. I wasn't elite. Like North Carolina is one of those schools you got to be elite to get into. Um, but GW was the perfect fit. You go where you want to, not where you want to go. And GW wanted me, so that's where I went, and it was perfect because it worked out for me. Um, and the big reason I went to
You picked.
GW is because the group of guys that was there, we all bought into the name of this podcast, and it was a great thing. But we're gonna get to that. That's not where we're going next, because after college comes professional ball. So Jada, give us a brief um, synopsis of your journey, your basketball journey, where it took you, and how those experiences were.
So after graduating from Fordham in 4 years, never on academic probation, I gotta say that, because people be trying to play me coming from Malcolm X Shabazz High School and going to a PWI like Fordham University, which is damn near Ivy Hill. They try to play me like I was no, never on academic probation. But anyway, Coach Carly was my um, coach senior year, and she helped me to go overseas. I kind of had a dream to play in the WNBA, but I listened to my idols like Kim Hampton, and Coach Carly kind of was like, being that I went to Fordham in my first 2 years, I didn't get burned, and it's politics as usual. It was like I would never be a WNBA pick. So I kind of just listened to them and just, I knew I wanted to go overseas anyway because of loving basketball. And just, that was where that was a dream to go overseas and play basketball. So that dream was, huh, huh. I don't know any of my athletes out there, especially my female athletes that play FIBA and play overseas, but y'all must understand how much you have to love the game of basketball in order to be productive and mentally strong when you well I the game the world has changed now playing overseas. Now people can be in touch more and not have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars of, you're not homesick as much. But back then, playing overseas was tough, mentally tough.
Mhm.
My first year I went to Ireland. My first contract as a FIBA athlete coming from a mid-major, even though I kicked up my last 2 years at Fordham, my first contract, honestly, D, was $1,000. I think
Yeah.
$1,000. I don't know if it was $1,000 a week or $1,000 a month. And that was legitimately my first contract. I was in Dublin, Ireland. Although all my food, I can't even say all my food was taken care of. Housing was taken care of. Um, and they gave me a bike and a bus pass. And
Wow.
they gave me, yeah, yeah. Ireland was fun, and we only won 2 games. Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
going through a breakup. Ireland was mentally tough. So, but then from Ireland, the sun always, although it rained every day. My next country, I went to Ibiza, Spain, D, in the summertime, bruh. Like, bruh,
Mm.
like, bruh, like, bruh. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't even partying then, but the experience of Ibiza, Spain, like if anybody has the opportunity to go visit Ibiza in the summertime, that's where all the like the celebrities and the rich and famous go. All the I remember vividly the yachts pulling up to the dock. I remember laying out on the beach like that's where I live my hoop dreams in Spain.
Right.
Like that's when the money wasn't there, but the experience was there and I loved every moment of it. Loved every moment of it. And then I went to Greece and broke my finger, and then I came home.
Where in Greece were you?
Damn, where did they send me? Cyprus? Cyprus.
Cyprus.
hmm
Okay.
I was there I was quickly in and out, quickly, because
In and out.
as a professional, if once you get hurt
Yeah.
on the women's side, they getting you out of there. On the men's side, it might be a little bit
So
more like on the women's side, we wasn't getting love like that. It was a business.
yeah,
You can't produce for us. Get your ass out of here.
for sure. And I remember being overseas and talking with women basketball players. They were over there, and it was a clear difference in pay and the way, like, you had to be on one of those top teams to be getting paid good money in most countries that I played in when I talked to the female players. Um, so yeah, my experience was a little different. Um, after my 3 years at GW, I was drafted 58th overall by the Dallas Mavericks and traded to the LA Lakers. Um, I was released from the Lakers like 2 days before the regular season started. Was one of the last guys released. Did not prepare myself for training camp because I was mentally exhausted going through the draft process. Like, the draft process for me, a guy that wasn't projected to be drafted and was gambling on myself. I did like maybe 14 workouts in 21 days, maybe. And you have to add in travel to that schedule as well. And I was able
They
to
was
work my
paying
way
for
into
you
the
to go
draft,
out,
but
right, Coach?
say it
The
again.
teams were paying for you to go out, right?
Oh yeah, that's all I had to do was show up at the airport. Like the teams, that NBA stuff is a different life, man. That life there is amazing. I always tell the kids now that I coach, I tell them all the time, like there's no such thing as a perfect situation in basketball because NBA players are pampered and millionaires and they still complain. Let me tell you, that NBA life though is sweet. Um, the travel, private planes everywhere. Um, I mean, police escorts, so you ain't no waiting in traffic when you're on the team bus. Like
Escorts.
your
The
shoes,
WNBA
yeah,
don't even get escorts. Escorts.
yeah, your shoes break or something, fall apart on the, man, there's another pair of shoes there before you can get off the court. Like it was just, I was living in the NBA facilities when I had that opportunity. But after I left, after I left LA, I went to Germany, which sucked. It was cold, rainy. The food is bad. Me being from the Caribbean, I like my oxtails, I like my jerk chicken, I like my rice and peas and cocoa bread and all of that stuff. In Germany, you got schnitzel and a whole bunch of other weird shit. So it just the food was bad. I ended up coming home and going to the D League, um, which was even worse because back then the D League did not pay anything. I got a B player contract, which means I made $16,000 for the season. My first contract in Germany was $17,000 a month. So it was a drastic change. And then from there, I went from Germany to Italy, Greece, Israel. I got tired of traveling that far, so I started playing in Latin America, Mexico, Colombia, Argentina, Venezuela, Brazil, Puerto Rico, Panama, Dominican Republic. Plus, I represented the Panamanian national team for 10 years. Que sopa. Um, yeah, so that's my basketball experience. My favorite places to play was Israel and Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was the perfect place to play. It was like playing in the NBA, played every other night. In Europe, you only play one game a week. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, man, that shit was the boring. Especially in Ireland, that one game a week
Yeah,
was so boring.
one game a week. You practice 7 days a week and play, or 5 days a week, maybe 6 days a week, and you play once. That was crucial. That's another reason why I stopped playing in Europe and focused on Latin America. Puerto Rico, we played every other day. We drove our own cars to the arena. Um, I remember leaving shoot arounds in the morning and going to the beach and then going to a little restaurant where I could eat on the beach and then going sitting on the beach for a little while longer and then going back to the apartment, showering, taking a nap, and then going to play basketball. It was just perfect. Um,
I definitely remember those. Ibiza. My teammates. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Definitely.
yeah.
I did
So
have a question. No,
go
you go,
ahead.
sir. I'm listening.
I was wanted to get into the title of the podcast, mid-major mindset. I want to ask you, what does the mid-major mindset mean to you?
All right. So initially, I'm gonna be 100% with the audience as well because you kind of already got my answer on this one. But initially, when you threw out the name to me, I was like, nah, that seems small. Like in my head, because mid majors, like I know how underrated we are. I know how much money we don't get. I know how much smaller they try to play us. Like, so initially I was like, nah, that's small. That's too little. That's nah. Let's think bigger than that. But then you hit me with what you hit me with, and I'm like, nah, because we had to go get it. We was out there hustling on that mid major, and even when we stepped on a, I think back, Danny, when I played like SEC schools, Florida State, kicking their ass. When I played against um, Georgetown, kicking it at Virginia Tech. We was about to upset Virginia Tech. We was kicking their ass. We was kicking. And VP, my Brazilian bombshell, I'm gonna keep telling that story because I wish I could find a tape on this. But that mid-major mindset, I get it now, because we was out there getting it because we didn't get that respect. So now when I see it, now I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. I'm proud to have that mid-major mindset. I'm proud to have that dog in me because I'm gonna forever have that dog in me. Point blank, period. Bulldogs, Shabbat. I'm ranting. Let me stop.
You good. You good. Go ahead. Yeah. So that a mid-major mindset to me. I mean, when I was at GW, obviously the Atlantic 10, George Washington University is a mid-major. But while I was there, we were not a mid-major, right? And we were number 5 or number 6 in the country. I think my junior year, my sophomore year, we got into the top 25 polls by knocking off Michigan State and Maryland in back-to-back days. And our motivation for that was the fact that we were a mid-major, right? So being a mid-major meant that we are going to do more with less. It meant that, all of the glitz and the glamour that the Power Five conferences got, we didn't get. So we adapted the mid-major mindset, and we used to talk about it when I was at GW. I played on the team with no McDonald's All-Americans, nobody coming in as a top, 100 recruit or anything like that. But yet after, 3 years with a group of guys, we sent, you know, myself, I got drafted. Mike Hall ended up playing with the Washington Wizards and going overseas and playing with some really big EuroLeague teams. And, now he's an assistant coach with the New York Knicks G League affiliate. My man Pops Mensah went undrafted, ended up playing for the Spurs, the Pistons, the Raptors. I think he ended up getting the Mavericks. He ended up getting 4 or 5 years in the league. He was the president of basketball operations and a general manager of the Washington Wizards G League affiliate, the Go-Go, right? But then took a job with the New York Knicks in their G League front office, and he had some things happen in his life, and his journey took him back to the motherland where he's originally from, and now he's running a foundation over there, and doing TED Talks in Africa, and really help build the infrastructure for the I think it's the NBL over in Africa, the professional league in Africa, and working with the youth over there. I'm real proud of the work he's doing with his foundation. So we just always took the mid-major mindset, meaning that it don't matter what you have over there. I'm gonna get what I need to get, and I'm gonna do what I need to do. And if I got to run through you to make it happen, then that's what it is. And that's the approach I think that a lot of these kids need to approach life with. That these kids are soft. I'm ranting now.
Facts. Cause I didn't got fired for calling out a soft ass little, and I ain't even curse her little soft ass, but I could curse now because like I said in the promo, I got fired a few times, so I could talk my talk. Coach, you got to be political, but these kids are soft. They are
Yeah,
tissue sharmans.
but it's not their fault. Can't blame them. It ain't never a baby fault. You ain't never seen a baby kill a grown man, right? Like it ain't. If it does happen, it's
Right.
something that's crazy, right? But you got to blame the parents. And the sad part is the parents are our peers. Like that's the real issue, right? Like
Ooh, that
you
just hurt
can't.
because I got a lot of homegirls that got kids. Stop. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt mine. I don't even have no kids. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, I mean that's the reality of it. It's the peers, it's our peers that are raising these kids now, these teenagers. Look, I'm 41 years old. I got 21, 18, 16. You know what I mean? Like, so it's our kids. A lot of people don't want their kid to fail, and they're scared to watch their kid fail. Where shit, that's all we did most of our teens, right? We raised ourselves and we failed and we figured things out. Pick yourself up and you try something else out. It don't work. You gotta figure it out. These kids they're not even given the opportunity most of the time to figure things out.
Mm, that's 100%. And I can say for myself, Danny, I think my granny and my community in North New Jersey had me so sheltered that I didn't have to really figure it all out until college when I wasn't playing, when I had the experience, like, because I had been starting since my freshman year. Actually, although I started late in basketball, my coach saw something in me. I never thought I was as good as I was. I did not know I was that good. Although I was picked, and I'm gonna shout myself out. I was the first. My senior year in high school was McDonald's All Americans girls first year for the girls team. So I was picked
Hmm.
honorable mention, although I didn't make the team. But that's still a big thing. Like
Still an
for the first
accomplishment, absolutely.
McDonald's, it is. It really, really is. And I need to stop dimming my light. But then that goes back to even kind of why I picked the mid major, why I went to Fordham. Although I was following my teammates' footsteps, I was kind of soft. I didn't know how good I was. I didn't have to figure everything out for myself. And instead of me taking my
Right.
behind to UCLA or Syracuse, I went the safe route and went to Fordham behind two of my teammates, and I still understood what I was doing even back then when I was a kid. I was 17 years old, and then I was like, nah, Fordham is one of the top universities in the nation. I was like, they number one. I majored in communications. I always wanted to know. I knew I wanted to go into radio and stuff in media. I like New York is the number one market for media, so strategically I picked where I was supposed to be. But in my softness, I was scared to go bigger. And that goes back to what we were saying about these kids not having the opportunities to make wrong choices or
Hmm.
not even having the opportunities to have contact clues, and because their parents aren't allowing them to do that because they're just dictating or telling them what to do or not even really teaching them how to get over some things, how to make decisions, correct
Hmm.
decisions. But then going back to, I'm sorry, I'm jumping because we had a conversation offline about NIL and how these kids are now being forced to know how to manage money earlier. So there's still a balance, although they're tissue, they're still learning something we didn't have when we were I feel like they still have an advantage in
Right.
some ways. Although there's a disadvantage, there's still an advantage for the younger kids. And we still
For
love the
sure.
kids. We still love the kids.
I'll say this: these kids are smarter than us. They're smarter than we were at their age. There's no doubt about that, right? You give a 2-year-old a phone, and that baby gonna learn. That baby gonna work that phone. That baby gonna figure that phone out. You get that baby a couple minutes. That baby sitting there with a pacifier in his mouth and the phone in his hand, and your phone will ring, and they'll swipe right on up and get that phone call right out the way. Right?
That's
Like they're smarter than us. They're coming out smarter than we were. There's no doubt about it. They lack common sense.
mm,
They
mm-hmm.
lack common sense, and the world is so easy that they don't have an opportunity to develop it for them. Right? They don't even have
Chat
the opportunity to
GPT.
develop common sense for themselves. I don't have to develop common sense. If all I got to do is click a couple buttons and move it and swipe a couple things on my phone, and everything that I want comes to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like it's not just mom and dad; it's the world that's
Mm-hmm.
making it so easy for it. And it's not just the kids because you got grown ass people who also don't have common sense anymore because
Oof.
everything is in the palm of their hand. Everything like they're literally making it so we don't have to interact with each other anymore. Right? Like I don't have to go to the grocery store. I can sit at home and order my groceries and they'll come to my front door. Right?
That's a
Like
fact.
so people the world is becoming so easy that people like common sense is no longer common. Right? The common courtesies that we had back in the day, we no longer have because the world is becoming so easy. As we evolve and we get smarter, we get softer because we so damn smart.
Mm,
I ain't gotta go
mm,
work out no more. I could just take Ozempic. I ain't gotta go work out.
mm-hmm.
I can just get a BBL. I ain't got to You feel what I'm saying? Like everything is so
Mm-hmm.
easy now that we ain't got to do nothing. So yeah, of course we
Mm-hmm.
all gonna get fat. Of course we all gonna get sick. Of course we all gonna be unhealthy. We ain't doing shit. You literally have people saying, nah, I ain't gonna work out. I ain't got to do that. I'm just get surgery and get my stomach stapled. What? Now don't get me wrong. There are people that have reasons they can't lose weight and but people ain't even trying. I just go to the doctor and ask for a prescription of Ozempic. You don't even know what Ozempic is for. You just take it to lose weight.
Cat Williams said that Oprah took so much, Gail lost weight. I'm like,
Right? This the world we live in though now. Like, and I'm telling you, these kids are brilliant, man. but they don't. They're not being like, we had to think for ourselves. We wouldn't survive. I can't tell you how proud my mama was of me when I was in high school and I was stuck at the school and it was raining and I was afraid I'm still kind of afraid. I don't like the dark like that. Right. So wasn't no way I was walking through the Georgia woods to get home. It just ain't finna happen. And I ain't had no change on me. So I went to that payphone and I hit 1-800-COLLECT. And when it said, say your name, I said, at the school, come get me, please. And hung up. So my mom picked up that phone and said, you have a collect call from, I'm at the school, come get me, please. She was so proud of me. But when can these kids do that now? If they ain't got a cell phone, how they gonna call you? Ain't no payphone.
Mm-hmm.
If you put a payphone in a public school right now, them kids wouldn't know what the hell to do with it. They would take a picture of it with their phone. They wouldn't know what to do with it.
Mm-mm.
You had to have common sense just to be able to use the damn phone back in the day. Remember the rotor joint?
Rotary shit. Yep. Yep.
you had common. Okay, I gotta let that thing go, and I gotta let it come back. Then could you imagine the kid
My
on there?
nana
It's not working.
just lost. My
Just
nana had one of
lost.
those till high school, till I was in high school.
You feel
High
like,
school, bro.
right? Like it's sad, right? I was looking at something the other day and it was talking about young men. Like young men ain't got game no more. And you know why they don't have game anymore? Because they ain't got to call a young lady's house and say, hey, Miss Johnson, how you doing? How was your day today? Is baby girl available? Can I talk to her? They don't have to do that no more. Don't have to go to the door and knock on the door and say, how you doing? They don't have to do that no more. That's why they ain't got game. That's why they don't know how to talk to girls, because they don't talk to them. They text them. That's why they don't know how to act
And
in
these
front of
young,
adults. We used to cuss like sailors until an adult came around. These kids ain't got the common sense to do that.
in a respect there though.
And we ain't even gonna talk about that. I got kids calling me JR. We are not friends, little person. We can't do none of the shit that I like to do. Can I do with you? We are not friends. You need to put a coach, a mister, or something in front of that shit. We are not friends. We are
You
not hanging
said
out.
little
You
person.
look, listen. We are not hanging out. You matter, and it's weird. You're a little girl, so we definitely ain't friends. You need to put a coach or a mister in front of that. Oh, we encourage the kid. We encourage the teachers to call the students friends, not students. No, we ain't friends.
Never.
We are not equals. We are not equals. If this building catch on fire, I'm not looking at you to carry me up out of here, but I'm supposed to pick up 3 or 4 of y'all and get to running. We not friends. We not equals.
I had a hard time um when I coach. My bad, I'm over here sipping Snoop Dogg wine. Shout out to this 21 Crimes because I've been sipping this hard heavy.
Mm. You use the
Anyway,
phone to did he talk to you? That shit creepy.
this
You
shit
know, if
was
you put
dope.
your
I ain't gonna
phone
hold
on
you.
the picture of
Yeah.
him, it'll move.
Yeah, that shit. White boy told me that when I was out in Kansas, get my van built. White boy put me
I
on
ain't
game
like
with
that
that.
shit at all. I ain't appreciate it.
No.
Nah, I'm good. I'm a scaredy cat for real, to be honest with you.
That's dope that you're being honest about this as we speak to millions and millions of people on the world in the world. Hey y'all, hey world.
Oh yeah,
Danny's the scaredy cat. So
I'm a
am I.
scaredy
Don't
cat.
don't but don't try us.
I don't like the dark. I don't like scary movies. I want to go see Sinners, but I'm scared.
Sinners was amazingly good and it's not scary. Like and I'm talking and I'm saying that from I'm a scary cat because I don't do spirits and shit like that. I can't watch no scary movies
Hmm.
with no spirits. But with vampires, I love vampire stuff and it's gory and it's really not that vampire-y. Like Sinners is, in my opinion, it was great because of the storytelling. That shit was amazing. And shout out to Michael B. Jordan, who from North New Jersey, who used to date my best friend Kira, who they met at a celebrity basketball game at Essex County College, and I was playing in. Shout out to my cousin DJ, who used to put the look. I'm going all the way in, but nah, D, please go see Sinners. That shit was good. That shit was, and
We
it's,
gon'
I
we gonna give
promise you,
you
it's
a
not that
nickname
scary.
on night one. Jada J, aka the name dropper. We gonna have a name dropper segment for you. We gonna give you just 10 minutes to just name drop. You
Every
so
time my
good at
name
it.
drop, I need to hear a cash or a
Hey,
swish in the background, bro.
we gonna figure that out. We definitely gonna get that going. We gonna get that one going for sure.
We need sponsorship money. Shit. I'm dropping
It's
all the
coming.
names, all of them. Shaq, come on. Stop playing from North New Jersey. Queen Latifah, stop playing. Rod Digger, Redman. We need money over here. Stop playing with me. Raz, who got out. Free Raz Baraka, our mayor. That's not funny. He did get arrested. Raz got
Newark.
arrested.
Only in Newark.
Only in
He
North,
said,
bro.
free our
We are
mayor.
ratchet.
Get him on a shirt.
Free out.
Free our mayor. I said, Newark,
Fucking
New
around with Donald
Jersey.
Trump and them ICE people. Yo, weird.
Oh, man.
We getting that money in
Man,
Jersey
oh,
though.
man.
We getting that money, G.
I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it, man. Well, we are approaching 45 minutes. And this is again our first episode. We're gonna label this one episode 0, setting the tone. This was about us introducing ourselves for you guys getting the feel. For me, really, because most of you know Jada J. She's been doing the social media thing, and I'm new to this game. But again, I am your boy Pinnock. You see my whole government there. We're gonna work on that. We're gonna get my whole government up off of there like that. But I'm your boy Pinnock. I go by my last name like my father did in his military service. Shout out Master Sergeant Pinnock. And I'm with my beautiful, brilliant co-host Jada J.
Here.
And we look
Hey
forward
y'all.
to bringing y'all this amazing project that we're doing together. Make sure you follow everything that's Mid-Major Mindset. We on. Go ahead and let them know all the platforms we on.
Y'all check us out right now. Currently, we are on Facebook. We are on Twitch. We are on YouTube. I am working on the LinkedIn. We are also on TikTok at Mid Major Mindset. Everything at Mid Major Mindset. The domain website coming real soon. Soon come. Soon come.
Yes, yes, yes. Before we get out of here, Jada, what you want to leave the people with?
Y'all pull up. Pull up. Come rock with us. Thank you to the 3 people that's been rocking with us. It's gonna
It's
grow.
4 now. Hey, listen, man, we know how this thing works. It's gonna matriculate and percolate and all the other lates that it's supposed to do. But
And y'all
got to
rock with us
start
the whole
somewhere, right?
time too. Yeah, man, they rock with us the whole time. So thank y'all out there for rocking with us. Y'all can catch us every night. We gonna try to be here every night. We getting it right. Excuse the episode 0. It's not always gonna flow like this, but this the intro. This is set the tone. Like Coach said, y'all just pull up for us. Pull up for us, cause it is beyond us. Although this is mindset, mid-major mindset. I can speak for myself and Coach P. We are doing it for the ones behind us too as well. Like we give a damn about these kids. We care like passionately. We care about the next generation. So although we talking our crap, we want to just just talk our talk and make moves for the next generation to open these doors, y'all. That's all I got for you. And follow me at JDJ21 on everything. Watch the movement.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. I'm gonna end this like I end all my practices, man. Hey, every day when you wake up, my goal is to get better. I appreciate y'all for allowing me to do that. All right. Until next time, we'll holla at you. Peace.